What's up, Buzz Squad? It's your boy Dalton, back at it again with another Blazing Overclash deck update. Today, we got to be constructing these pieces just right with my construct deck. Let's get into it. All right, let's get into this construct deck. I know my intro was a little corny on this, but it's pretty good. I'm running Bladewing Raven as the buddy just because I don't have a 5th copy of the new Bladewing yet. I want the SP for the buddy. That's the only reason why. But either way, both cards are great to have as your buddy. Still fantastic. Earned 4 Immortal Wings. Basically, you have to put an adventure and dungeon enemy into its soul and pay 2 gauge to call it. At the start of your attack phase, you have to have an adventure and another dungeon enemy on your board. You draw 2 cards, and then he has quad attack. Yeah. And then when he attacks, you gain a life and you deal damage to your opponent. With move, penetrate, soul guard, and counterattack. He has a booty for once. It's really weird seeing that on a Bladewing because they've always had low defense and basically pseudo 4 crit. For Ravens, it's kind of in the same boat as Immortal Wings, but can't be rested, which is nice. And then when it attacks and destroys your opponent's monster or deals damage, you're able to Dragon Emperor Legend. It has double attack, so you're getting it off twice. I run 2 Steel Rendering Wings, basically just because triple attack. That's basically all it is for. I run 1 Immortal Phoenix just because gaining life and drawing cards aren't bad. Decent card. It might get moved out of the deck eventually, but for now, the 1-of is nice. Run 4 Kazanes. Pretty simple. Have to run the buddy of Bladewing. I feel like you don't really have to. It's honestly personal preference. But basically gains double attack. You are going to swing to high heaven with this deck. That's basically all you're doing. Hopefully you have enough attacks to make your opponent cry and not quit Buddyfight, but quit Buddyfight. Got 2 Assassin's Godly Speed. On enter, you can drop a hand card and put up to 1 size 2 dungeon enemy or dungeon enemy item from your deck into your hand. And then when it's in soul of a dungeon enemy, you can counter, pay a gauge, stand the card. So basically making Bladewing have penta attack, which is crazy. 2 White Silver Great Warrior. Basically makes your Bladewing a Azita Haka that swings at everything and hits your opponent still, which is disgusting, but it's a thing. And I guess he gains you gauge too, which is cute. 2 Self-Proclaimed Healing Alchemists just to search out some constructs. It's a little overcosted with the 2 life, but just in case, it's just a way to get out of a bricky hand, if anything. Run 4 Corgis. Corgis basically grab every single adventure in the deck and play them, and then you can get their effects to go off. And then when it's in the soul of an adventure or dungeon enemy, at the end of their battle, destroy a card on your opponent's field, which is nice. But you really use it for the whole calling something from deck. For the OG Mech Army Demon Lord, basically rest him and call a construct from monster from your drop zone without paying its call cost. Amazing, busted, and it's not once per turn. Remember that. It's delicious. Run 2 of the new staffs. Gauge, put top card of deck into soul. Neat. Adventure on board. This card and all monsters you feel can't be destroyed by your opponent's card effects, and everything gains plus 6,000 power. If dungeon enemy monsters on the field, everything can't be returned to hand, and they gain defense of 600. Has double attack as well. All great part of the let's swing for game every time. And that's right. It doesn't give himself technically the 6,000, but I could be wrong. People who are more familiar with the rulings, let me know in the comments. For bonus quests, you basically want all of your Bladewings in the drop anyway because you can just call them from drop and draw power engage. 4 of the new Gummy Slime Shield, Nullify, putting back cards into your deck, and it's a Dragon Emperor Legend that can't be nulled if you have your respective adventure and dungeon enemy on board. 4 urns just to protect yourself. That's basically all that it is. You always have an open center most of the time, so it works out perfectly. 3 Friends Connect, new draw spell. This is almost always going to be draw 3 for you, because that's just the way this deck works. You could call it a dungeon mix, but it's really construct. That's the main focus. But still, fantastic card. Just drawing 3 cards is ridiculous. 2 Bunny Calls just to protect your cards. If I had more of unfreezings, they would be unfreezings instead, but it still doesn't hurt just to have a way to keep your cards on board as well, in case you don't have your item. And 1 Continue, just because it's a continue. That's all I have to say. That wraps it up for this deck here. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss out on other decks and all that good stuff. Definitely check out Construct. It's a fantastic deck. People don't really realize that. It's a little sad. Just show Bladewing some love. Show them a little bit of love. Follow us on Instagram. Join our Discord. Support us on Patreon. You know, we love to be able to keep doing this for y'all. You know, things are like that. Check out our shop if you want us to rep TCG Buzz. And above all else, stay classy, y'all.